move on to future. And first is simple. Simple or say
Future indefinite.
future indefinite. Future indefinite. Future indefinite. Active voice. Yes. Now, Juliet has not received any letter from Romeo for long. So what will Juliet do? Juliet will now write a letter. Juliet will now write a letter. Juliet will now. How do you know that this is a future tense?
Will.
Will. Because you are using will, so will indicates future tense. Juliet will now write a letter. And how do you know this is the active voice and not a passive voice sentence?
Because participle form is not used.
Because participle form is not used. Very nice. So use participle form. Yes. A letter.
Will now be written by Juliet.
Yeah. We begin with the object here. A letter. Yes. Now a letter will now be
Written by Juliet.
very good. A letter will now be written. This is the participle form. A letter will now be written by Juliet. Easy?
Yes, sir.
Now next one is
Future perfect.
future perfect. Good. Future perfect. Now this is a kind of revision of the tenses as well. Future perfect. Okay. Say this is active voice sentence. Future perfect tense is now. What do we use in perfect tense? We have discussed
Have.
Has.
has. Have. When the subject is singular, you use has, and when the subject is plural, then you use
Have.
have. Okay. Romeo will have received the letter. Now we are guessing. Romeo will have received the letter. Romeo will have, because it is perfect. That's why have. Will have received. Will have received. Is the spelling okay? Received?
Yes, sir.
Because this is very tricky. Some students tend to write, say, EI. Romeo will have received the letter. Is this okay? Sometimes you get confused, Yeah, Romeo will have received the letter. Yes, I was asking you about the spelling only. What do you say? This is EI. Yes,
sir.
it is EI. So this was to test you only. It's EI. It should be like this.
Yes, sir.
So what is the sentence here? Romeo will have received the letter. And what will the passive voice of this tense?
The letter will have been received by Romeo.
The letter. Good. The letter will have been, because it is future only, the letter will have been received by Romeo. Now here in the in the above sentence, it is the first sentence, Romeo is important. Romeo will have received the letter. Here the letter becomes more important. It becomes primary here. And there it was secondary. The letter will have been received by Romeo. Now how should we develop this story further? Which is the tense now? This is going to be okay, yeah. Here we have only two, because we have discussed progressive tense and we have discussed indefinite tense also, simple future. We have discussed simple future and we have discussed future perfect tense also. And passive voice cannot be made of future perfect continuous as well as future continuous tense. So we have discussed these 8 tenses. I hope you must have understood. And yes, we are going to continue this because up till now we were discussing very simple examples and all. I think we ought to learn a little more. So we should move on to I must say the more complicated or the more complex examples. These were the simpler ones. Okay, and it is a nice thing to do that we move from simple to the difficult. Good afternoon, my dear students.
Good afternoon, sir.
Well, you're welcome to the second session of active and passive voice. In our first session, we discussed active and passive voice, but we have taken up very simple exercises, the basics, the elementary exercises on active and passive voice. In our session second, in the present session, we shall take up some complex examples. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Although in exam, say if you get 10 sentences, then out of 10, 6 are simple ones and 4 are complex ones. So it is advisable to learn some complex examples as well. Okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So today in this session we are going to learn the complex exercises. Are you all prepared for that?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Exercises are going to be a little tough, yet we shall make an attempt to learn them together. Yeah, to begin with, I would take up imperative sentences. I hope you know what imperative sentences are.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are they? Can anybody tell me?
Which are not having noun in them.
We do not have a subject. Okay, very nice. Like for example, imperative sentences are sentences which do not have a subject. That means they begin with a verb. They begin with a verb. So sometimes these imperative sentences are, say, orders, request, or advice. And even when you are talking in a very informal way, then also you make use of imperative sentences. For instance, it's a very common sentence that you use: open the door. Open the door. Now this one is an imperative sentence. Why? Because open is a verb and the door is object. And what is hidden in it? You is hidden. You is hidden. Because the speaker is addressing to somebody who's listening to him. So you open the door. But in imperative sentences, we do not have subject. Open the door. Now this is a kind of, you may say, order if a teacher is saying, or somebody, open the door. Or it can be even advice also, or request also, but we'll take up some softer sentences instead of this. This we cannot totally say that this is an advice. No, it's not. Open the door is not an advice. It is a kind of statement. We are asking the listener to open the door. Suppose you get a sentence, or say you get the same sentence in exam. Then how will you begin? You begin this object, this comes in the beginning, the door, and then comes the verb. Okay? But you use be. Why? Because you are going to use the participle form of open. You are going to use the participle form of open. So you write open. Now the most important thing which we should understand is that these sentences should begin with let. Let. This is very important. Let the door be opened. Is it okay?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Open the door, let the door be opened. So do not forget to begin the passive voice sentences with let if you get an imperative sentence like this. But it's not so that we always use let or we always begin passive voice with a let for imperative sentences. Like for example, say if imperative sentence carries a request or an advice, the sentence should not begin with let. For example, if I say, well, if I'm making advice to you here, brush your teeth daily. Brush your teeth daily. Yes. Now this again is an imperative sentence. Why? Because it begins with a verb. Brush is verb. Your teeth is object,
Object.
and daily is adverb.
Adverb.
So how do we begin? What is it? This is an advice. So we are not going to begin the sentence with let. If I say let your teeth be brushed daily, now this, okay, grammatically this may be okay, but it sounds awkward. So what would we say instead? We would say your teeth should be brushed daily by you. Your teeth. You must have seen, or I think you know that whenever you have advice or suggestion, what do you use in your sentence? Should. Your teeth should be brushed. This is participle form. Brushed daily by you. Okay, by you. Your teeth should be brushed. Your teeth should be brushed daily by you. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think it's whenever you have a request. This rule goes only with request, okay, or advice or suggestion. If you are just like say common statement like open the door and all, then you are going to begin that sentence. I mean the passive voice sentence with let. This is very easy. You are going to enjoy also. And whenever you don't understand anything, please do not hesitate to ask me. We are going to repeat it. Okay. Now we are going to learn things together. Okay. And I want this session to be interactive also. Okay. Now, sometimes, you have negative sentences also in the imperative form. And negative sentences usually begin with do not, they carry do not. Like, for instance, do not bother your parents, do not bother your teachers, or do not bully your brother, do not bully your sister. If you have a sentence which begins with do not bother. Do you bother your parents?
No, sir.
Okay, you are good students. Do not bother your parents. But they are, sons and daughters which bother their parents, and that's not a good thing. So do not bother your parents. This is an active voice sentence. But we are not going to use do not in passive voice sentence. What will we use instead? We'll say let. We'll begin this with let. Let. Okay, let. Your parents is object there, so it would become subject here. Let your parents be not. Now this bother is the first form of verb, so this will be the second form of no,
Bother.
not the second form. What do we call it? Participle form. Participle form. Let your parents not be bothered. Okay. Let your parents not be bothered. Do you think something is wrong here? I think some spelling is wrong. Do not bother your parents. Let your parents not be. I think be, this is superadded here. Yeah. Let your parents not be bothered. Yes. Okay. I'm now asking you a sentence. You tell me the active voice of that sentence. Okay. Do not bully your sister. Yes.
Let your sister not be bullied.
Let your sister not be bullied. Very nice. Let your sister not be bullied. Very nice. Okay. But sometimes, like it happens that you get a negative sentence and you have not in it. This is a negative sentence, then you ought to have not. When you have a not in active voice sentence, the place remains the same even in the passive voice sentence. That means while converting the negative sentences into passive voice, not is retained at its normal position. Not is retained at its normal position. Let us take an example. Let us take an example. Yes. Now, Tina cannot draw the picture, for instance. You know, teacher has given a very tough picture to draw, and Tina is a small girl who cannot draw a picture. So let us write Tina cannot draw the picture. The picture which is given to her to draw. Tina cannot draw the picture. Now this is the sentence. So here you have cannot after the subject, and this the picture is
Object.
the picture is object. So this will become subject in the passive voice sentence. Let's begin the picture. The picture. Cannot was after the subject. Cannot would again be after the subject. The picture cannot. And you have be also when you are using the participle form of a verb. So the picture cannot be drawn. The picture cannot be drawn by Tina. The picture cannot be drawn by Tina. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Means like you know sometimes you make you change do not to let not, but it's not always so. So you will have to use your minds also. You will have to, you are supposed to remember the rules also. They are very simple. You know, like once you make 5-6 sentences on each and every rule, then I don't think that you're going to forget them. You're going to remember them in exam. Okay, let us move on to the next